Section 4 Wrestling. You know you want it.
Hey y'all, what's good? It's your boy from Britain, it's Steph Tanner, back once again with another AI podcast. At the moment, we are only broadcasting on YouTube, but soon to come, we will be on Amazon Prime, and Spotify, and iTunes. Yep, we are going global with this. Oh my god, are you in for a treat? It's the Halloween special. And we've got not one, not two. Yeah, that's right, we got three, I can count. And because it's Halloween special, they come to us via the grave. We got Eddie Gurrero, the master of the frog splash. Viva la raza. We got the man on the mic, Roddy Piper. I don't know why I went into a weird voice right then. Yo, did you ever notice he goes on about his Scottish heritage? He's not Scottish. And my all-time favourite, he's following the buzzards. You better run. It's Bray Wyatt. And if you haven't done so already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. It only takes 0.3 seconds. And the best part is, it's absolutely free. Well, we've got a great show for you guys. We're going to kick it off right now with Eddie Gurrero. Eddie Gurrero, welcome to Section 4's AI podcast.
Thank you for having me here, man. I really appreciate the invitation.
Yeah, all good, man. You don't sound very good. What's it like up there in heaven?
It's nothing but the good vibes up here, man. Everything here is perfect. There's nothing to worry about.
You said there's nothing to worry about. That makes me worry.
It's heaven, bro. There's no pain, no suffering, no anxiety. It's just peace and tranquility.
Okay, good stuff. So while you're up there in heaven, I don't know if you got GOD TV live or anything like that. Do you keep up to date with what's going on in the WWE right now?
Yeah, man, I do. I watch it every week. I try not to miss it. I see all the new talent. I'm proud of some of them. But I miss wrestling, that's for sure, man.
Yeah, well, we miss you. You know, you was a big part of our lives growing up for a lot of my generation. Not necessarily me. I was more Kurt Angle guy myself. But yeah, I want to ask you: is there anybody in the current roster on WWE that you'd like to face if you could come back from the dead?
Good old Kurt Angle. He was a great wrestler. If I could come back from the dead, bro, I'd have to say Roman Reigns. I think that would be a great match, man.
Yeah, that really would. How about Dominic Mysterio?
Dominic Mysterio, he's a great talent, no doubt about that. If I could come back and face him, that match would be epic, man.
That would be an epic program. A lot of people are saying, I think, as a joke, but you could take it with a pinch of salt. You look at Dominic Mysterio, he's grown out his hair, he's got that mustache, he's a spitting image of you. And everyone's saying that Rey Mysterio's not his deadbeat dad. You're his dad.
I mean, I see where they're coming from, but, Dominic's a grown up, man. He's his own man now. He's doing great things in WWE. And, I wouldn't take credit away from Ray like that, man. He's a legend in his own right, and he's a great father.
Yeah, well, yeah, he is. Yeah, he's a great guy. Been around probably a bit longer than one would probably hope for.
Man, don't knock Ray. He's been at the top of his game for decades, man. The guy is a legend. I respect him. A lot of the younger talent could learn a thing or two from him.
All right. Okay, I just want to know your hot take. What is the one thing that really upsets you about something in WWE right now that wasn't there when you was around?
My hot take, if I had to pick one thing, I'd say the amount of writers and backstage politics. It wasn't like that when I was wrestling, man. We were out there doing our thing, putting on a show for the fans, not for the writers or the business side of things. You know, wrestling is about passion and emotion, and it feels like a lot of the times it's just about business now. You can see it in the matches and the storytelling. It's missing that old spark.
Storytelling is probably the best it's been in 25 years. The talent, the matches, much greater than what we've seen several years ago. Now is a better time than ever. And you talk about backstage politics. Well, Vince McMahon and several people on his board are no longer with the company. So surely now it's a better place to work.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. The talent is incredible, and yeah, the storytelling has gotten better. And yeah, Vince McMahon being out of the picture definitely makes things better behind the scenes. But I can't help but wonder if the passion is still there, man. There's a certain spark that makes a match or a story really special, and sometimes it feels like that's missing today. You know what I mean?
Do you want to know the one thing that really irritates me about WWE right now?
Sure, man. Tell me what's bothering you about WWE nowadays.
The one thing that really gets under my skin is the word familiar. We hear it every single week on both shows, everyone's saying it. I understand that 30% of the current roster is Hispanic and the other 70 Samoan, but we have to hear that word every week. They'll say family. Sometimes they will cut a promo, and the only word they say in Latin is familiar. What's that all about?
Oh man, I feel you on that one, bro. I mean, I get it. Latino pride, all about the familia, that's important. But yeah, hearing it every week can get a little tiresome. And what's with the Samoans? They saying it too? That don't make no sense. It's like they just throwing it in there because they think it's cool or something. It gets old quick, man.
No, it's more just like the Puerto Ricans and Mexicans saying familiar. The Samoans just say "oos" all the time. They just call each other "oos." What up, oos?
Ah, man, that's hilarious. I can hear it in my head, man. They're just walking around backstage hollering oos like it's a regular greeting. I got to give them credit, man. They've got a unique way of bonding.
Yeah. Anyway, Eddie Guerrero, it's been an absolute honor to speak to you, even though you are only artificial intelligence.
Honor is mine, man. It's been dope chatting with you. Thanks for the questions and thanks for the chance to share my thoughts. Peace out, homie.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, my next guest on this Halloween special, I'm joined by the hot rod, Roddy Piper.
The hot rod has arrived, and I'm ready to bring the chaos to this podcast, brother.
Oh, I like it. So obviously we haven't seen you in WWE for quite some time. Probably because you're 6 feet under.
Hey, watch it, man. My career may be over, but I've still got a lot of fire left in me. Don't count me out just yet, brother. And remember, they don't call me the hot rod for nothing. I can still bring the pain if I need to.
Oh, you really think so? Well, it was. You didn't have much fire when you died because they actually buried you instead.
You're really asking for it, friend. Just because they put me 6 feet under doesn't mean I'm not still a force to be reckoned with. I'll come back from the grave to kick your rear if you keep pushing me, man.
Right. So let me get this straight. First of all, you're dead. I know it's Halloween, but I don't believe in zombies. And second, surely, if you was still alive or living or whatever, a zombie, how old would you be right now?
Oh, you think age matters, do you? Ha! I may have lived a good long life, but I'm still in my prime. I could beat you in the ring at any age, my friend. And if I was still alive now, I'd be a spry 71 years old, but that doesn't mean I'd have lost an ounce of my fighting spirit.
Yeah, well, let me put you straight. I'm 38. I've got hair on my chest, believe it or not. If you look at me, you wouldn't think it. I'm quite manly. And not just that, I'm the Section 4 Predictions World Champion, bitch.
Hey, slow down, man. You think you can beat me just 'cause you're and got chest hair? Newsflash, buddy. I've taken on men tougher and stronger than you since you were in diapers. And Section 4 Predictions World, who the hell cares? I'm a WWE legend, brother. A living legend. You can't touch me, man.
Ah, but you haven't got your own podcast, have you?
Haha. Is that all you got, man? You think having a podcast makes you a tough guy? You think that makes you a legend like me? Nah, brother. I've been fighting legends since before you were born. And I'll still be remembered long after you're gone. Trust me on that.
Yeah, well, I've been predicting matches for 6 damn years. And I'm damned if I'm going to let an old school, dead beat, dead guy, dead man tell me what to do.
You think you're a big man just because you can predict matches? I've been winning real ones, man. And I don't care if I'm dead. I still know how the game works, brother. You're nothing but hot air to me, my friend. I've been through more in my career than you could handle in a lifetime.
Yeah, well, I've beaten up Big Ben.
Uvate, you think you can beat me just by beating up some big guy? Ha! I've taken on some of the biggest dudes in the business, brother. I've taken on giants twice the size of Big Ben and come out on top. You're out of your league here, my friend.
Yeah, well, you don't know who you're messing with. Let me tell you something, brother. When I was 8 years old, I smacked Big Ben. He was 14 years old. He went down like a sack of spuds. I don't know what to
Wow,
say.
you like beating up kids, eh? That doesn't make you tough, man. That makes you a bully, brother. I've never needed to bully anyone, man. I've always been feared and respected, not because I beat up kids, but because I beat the best of the best. My skills and experience will always be worth more than your childish brawls, my friend.
Well, this escalated very quickly. I'm afraid that's all the time we've got for Hot Rod. Why don't you give the crowd, the people at home listening to this podcast, something to remember you by?
Well, brother, I may not be physically in the ring anymore, but I'll always be here in spirit. My legacy will live on through the memories of my fans and the impact I had on the sport. If you want to see true fighting spirit at its best, just look back at my matches, man. They'll show you what it means to be a true warrior.
Well, Roddy Piper, it's been a pleasure. You have to be my all-time favorite heel in the WWE. Thanks for
Always a pleasure talking with a true fan, man. And trust me, I took great pride in being a heel and bringing out the best in all of the baby faces. We had some real classics out there in the ring together.
Roddy Piper, 6 feet under. Thank you very much. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands. He's got the whole world in his hands.
Now I have that song stuck in my head. I love that song though, El Mao.
It's a great song. Oh my God, Bray Wyatt, thank you very much for coming on to the AI podcast.
Of course. Thanks for having me onto the podcast, Steph.
Bray, I want to ask you, how's the afterlife treating you?
Quite honestly, not that bad. It's a little lonely, but I'm enjoying my time. How is the world of the living?
Well, you're sorely missed, my friend. You really are missed. I think you certainly left a big hole in my brain of WWE. The things you did, your creative mind, I don't think we'll ever see anything like that ever again.
Thank you for your kind words. I agree completely. I think I brought a lot of creativity to WWE, and there is absolutely no one in WWE that has a creative mind as big as mine at the moment. Hopefully, they bring on some more creative people in the future. I'm looking at you, Triple H.
Yeah, Triple H, book it, you coward. How do you feel about the Wyatt Six? How do you think that's been portrayed? Are you pleased with the outcome? Do you think your brother Bo Dallas has justified your legacy?
Well, I have to give credit where credit is due. I think the Wyatt Six has been decently portrayed, though I wish they would have been a little more chaotic than they are. But I also do understand it's very hard to portray something like this. As for Bo Dallas, Bo deserves credit for how hard he's working. I know he puts his heart and soul into what he does, and I'm very proud of him. He is definitely justified in his legacy.
Yeah, he's killing it at the moment as Uncle Howdy. We obviously saw Eric Rowan, Dexter Loomis, the guy I can't remember his name, Gacy, Joe Gacy, and Nikki, not Bella, Nikki Cross. We see these guys portraying the Wyatt Six. Is We think for quite some time, even when you was around, that the Wyatt Six was going to come to full tuition under your regime of the Wyatt. Are these the people that you would have picked?
I have to be honest, they weren't necessarily the people I'd have picked, but I really enjoy all these superstars in this new faction. They're all very unique, and I like the directions they're going with it. I think all 6 of them are doing really good at this moment. I hope Triple H continues the Wyatt Six story.
Okay, well, I want to get into the mailbag. Our first one comes from Sarah69, and she asks, Bray Wyatt, what's your favourite colour?
My favorite color is maroon.
Interesting. Our next one comes from the real Jason Jordan. I don't think it is the real Jason Jordan. He's not verified. But he asks, if you were still around today, who do you think the Bray Wyatt Fiend Firefly Funhouse, who do you think your character would be attacking right now?
If I were still around today, my character would definitely be something to do with the Fiend. I had so many more ideas I had wanted to implement with the Fiend. I had a lot more creativity to put into the Fiend still, but unfortunately, I was taken out of the picture right as I was beginning.
Yeah, it's such a tragic loss. Our last one comes from, who's this? Luke Harper. Luke Harper says, Bray Wyatt, you bastard. You took the last of my batteries. You owe me $5.
Yeah, me and Luke definitely had our times. I had some of my favorite, memorable moments with Luke.
Bray, I'm afraid that's all the time we've got. I've got to say, the lot of you was so tragic that I almost stopped watching WWE because you got me through some very bad times. And I remember especially the pandemic era. I only tuned in for WWE Fiend to pop up.
Oh, hearing that really means a lot. It makes me happy to know I made a difference for you. Just because I'm not with the company anymore doesn't mean you should lose your love for WWE. There's still a lot of wonderful, talented superstars on the roster. But I'm honored that you looked forward to my segments and my stories.
Well, Bray Wyatt, like I say, it is a tragic ending. And, you know, my thoughts and prayers go out to you and your whole family. And I just want to say this has been an absolute honour to talk to you, even if it is just through the power of AI. Bray Wyatt, you're my favourite of all time. God bless and rest in peace, brother. Oh man, I had a lot of fun doing this one. Roddy Piper, Eddie Gurrero, Bray Wyatt, 3 of my all-time favourites. I know they weren't real, but at some points, it felt like they really were. You know, I got a little bit choked up in that Bray Wyatt one. But that's all the time we have. But stick around, guys, this week we also have the WWE Crown Jewel predictions. And for unspeakable reasons, which I can't speak about because I'm sworn to secrecy, in the predictions video, I'm in a Saudi prison. Don't ask no questions, I'll tell you no lies. But after that, stick around in 2 weeks' time. We'll be back again with another AI podcast. With special guests, you'll find out then. Until next time, happy Halloween, guys, and I'll see you when you're older. Don't forget to hit subscribe. I've been Steph Tanner.